Welcome to PAX Area Gaming. My name is Reg, and this is part 2 of Atomfall. So we're going to pick up in a slightly different place. We're in Wyndham, but we're actually going to do a little bit more exploring before we leave Wyndham. This will be a little bit of a topsy-turvy episode. Still trying to learn the lay of the land, but moving forward, I know that one of the things that I'm going to do is to acquire I'm going to acquire a number of batteries so that I can begin to unlock the interchange doors. That's the main goal of the early part, at least the early part of the quest, is to unlock all of the doors.
Beer at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, mind.
How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. Well, after it all went to cock and we got quarantined, London started sending in soldiers. To start with, folk were happy to see them. But after a while, it turned out there was bugger all they could do to help. When they found out they weren't being let back through the wall again, well, it got nasty. Plenty around here, I reckon. It's what it would have been like if the Nazis had invaded after all. Of course, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Who knows what them boffins were up to? But I don't think that atom plant going pop was part of the plan, do you? Well, at least they told us it were an atom plant. So where are all the atoms, eh? I've heard a thing or two about radioactiveness, and by all rights, none of us should be standing here. Anyhow, I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff. You let me know if there's aught else I can help you with. See you around.
So one of the things you're encouraged to do is to explore everywhere. And in some cases, when you do that, you will get your trespassing notification. Clearly, I didn't get that here, which means it's okay for me to go and steal from this guy's kitchen. But in some places, you do that, and if you're caught by one of the soldiers trespassing, they will become hostile towards you.
Let's not have any trouble.
If you're caught by one of the mechanized units, one of those big robots, they will definitely kill you. That happened to me sort of off camera, and you can't really run away from a Gatling gun. So right now I'm still in, this is the second part, so I'm still in the collect everything phase, talk to all of the NPC phase, and then begin to sort of hit some of the main quests. I think initially I wasn't quite sure because it's unlike a lot of games where you're basically handheld and told what to do. This one really doesn't tell you to do that. You speak to the NPCs, or you find something that will give you a lead,
Keep the peace,
and you're supposed to follow that lead. But there are many leads. The more you talk to people, the more leads you get, or the more things you find during your looting, it leads to more leads. Not all of them are important, and there's a way to show the categories of what's a main quest and what's not. And I think I need to turn that on because I've been just doing everything. And in this game, you can only be a completionist. Jesus, all these people are talking at the same time. You can only be a completionist if you play the game multiple times to get all of the endings. So there's no way for me to try to complete every side quest in the game. I just don't know which ones are the important ones yet, so we'll figure that out. But for now, we'll talk to as many people as we can.
A new customer. How'd you do? Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? Aye, well, I can hazard a guess. Our little Napoleon, the captain that is, he keeps an eye out for folk like you. A stranger might be important. And if you're important, then that's another stepping stone out of the zone, isn't it? Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Maurice Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer, if you fancy. Oh, you'd have to ask him that yourself. I'll leave that pleasure to you. Me, I'm happy here in the shop, where I never have to look at the man. Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be frit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did, anyhow. Oh, aye, and what a grand life it is here. Like a scenic stalag, this is. As some say it's like Hitler and his lot managed to invade after all. Me, I say the Germans would have made a much better job of it. Listen, a word to the wise, eh? I'm here today not because I've learned to get by with the soldiers, but in spite of them. The village needs to stick together. The protocol is a curse to be born, not somewhat to sympathize with. Done and done. Get new stock in now and then, so come back any time. I might have something new for you.
It's also important to read some of the notes that you find, because some of those notes will tell you to talk to particular characters. I stumbled upon this guy and then discovered later on that he's someone I was supposed to talk to. Okay, so going into that room means I'm trespassing. There we go.
Citizens of Wyndham,
Another day,
there has
just
been
like every other bloody
outlaw
day.
activity on Slattern Dale. Avoid Slattern Dale until the area is once again declared safe.
Do as you're told, right?
Watch your step.
To him. Where's my pal Johnny?
Why here of all places? If they'd resolve... Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. These are awful times. If news of this gets out, things will get worse, I assure you. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle. All too many a reason, I'm sad to say. There are certain beliefs around here. Harmless before the disaster, but since, with the protocol now imposing their law, it has all become somewhat tribal. Maisie here must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to, a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods. Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult, certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out.
I'm limited in my investigation in this place because I know that I need a key.
What do you want?
That
I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear. In God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail.
there's a key that I can find somewhere in the world.
I don't know.
I don't know where.
Not us. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours.
And I'll need that key, so I don't have it.
Like I said, this is none of your business, stranger. If you want to play detective, stick to the crime scene. Leave us bystanders alone.
You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. God go with you. What in heaven's name shall we do with you, Maisie?
I believe the Dr. Garrow side quest is also one that leads to a particular ending. I know the captain's one, the guy who runs this area, his leads to one of the endings. There's a woman we find in the woods, hers leads to an ending. I'm guessing the Dr. Garrow one leads to an ending. I think with most of the main NPCs it leads to a different ending if you do what they want you to do. And the voice that calls on the telephone is a particular ending as well, the operator. I believe that one is likely to be the default ending. I don't know whether that means it's a good ending or not. I know it's the default ending. And for future episodes, I'm going to have to make some notes so that I won't get sidetracked by all of these other leads that pop up, instead of just focusing on one clear path, at least until I accomplish the goal of that particular path.
Of Wyndham is picturesque. The village of Wyndham is quaint. The village of Wyndham is dangerous. Be cautious.
The operator is basically going to tell me don't trust anybody, right? So I think everybody we meet will basically convince you not to trust anybody else that you meet, which is a little weird.
We cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
Stand back, citizen.
I see you.
Let's be civilized about this. Hands away from any weapons. Yeah, and don't bother coming back.
So here's the other rub about trespassing. You certainly can trespass as long as you don't get caught. Right? So if you get caught, they will turn hostile. If you're not caught, you can go in and steal anything you want. So you just need to be careful. So if it's a guy like this who apparently is on patrol, just wait for him to walk away, go in, quickly go through everything. He doesn't look like he ever goes into that building, so you should be good. But if you were out guarding the place and you walked in, he would have said something to you before pulling out his gun and aiming it at you.
state of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
First thing I'm doing when they take that wall down is going on holiday. Southport, maybe. Or maybe somewhere exotic. Like Rill.
One of the more deceptive things about the game is that you go around, you see all of these buildings, most of which, at least in Wyndham, you cannot go into. The few that you can go into, you're actually trespassing. Actually, it's not true. Some of the ones you can't go into, that you can go into, you're trespassing. The others are ones with NPCs. The captain is in one of them. The baker is in one of them. Another trader is in another one. So there are some that you can go into. But when you look at this map, most of those aren't buildings you can actually go into. You know, so if you're an explorer like me, you're sort of going to every single building and realize, okay, well, I can't go into this one. But then when you get ready to give up and say, okay, well, I guess they're all like that, you find one that you can go into and there's someone in there. So it's worth exploring. You know, I'm not going to say it's not. It's a little bit more frustrating because in a lot of games, you know, you get rewarded for exploring, and as fairly sizable as the maps are for this one, you don't get as rewarded. The other thing is that there are really good items that you can find if you explore. So if you don't explore at all, you're going to miss out on key items. And some of them are related to the leads. I know there's something I need to unlock parts of the bunkers. And it's not easily found. There are two ways to get it. One is I can go into a prison and try to get it. The other is I could sort of find it out in the world. But in order to do that, you really have to know where to look or use a guide, because you're not going to necessarily stumble on it. It's one of these things that's just not out in the open. So if you get a lead, the lead will direct you to where it might be. Then there's another quest that actually will show in part either 3 or 4. Because this part will come out, but I will have already gone further in the game. And in that part, there is a item that you have to find, because it will, if you don't find it, you won't be able to progress past certain points. I found the item, and then I realized after I found the item that I couldn't unlock the crate without a key card that was on a totally different part of the map. So the key card is not near where the crate is that you need to unlock. And again, unless you're reading the information you get in some of the leads, you wouldn't know that. And unfortunately for me, I sort of skipped reading it and paid the price for it. So now I'm back to reading everything at the time that I get it, because that might be helpful. But it was so annoying, because in both cases you end up having to trespass. And once you tick these people off, I don't know how long they remember you. So you have to be a little bit careful about whether or not you want to do that. I think I ended up reloading an older save file because of that.
You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for
Okay,
your
so now we're in
safety.
Casterfell. We're not actually going to find Dr. Garrow in this episode. Oh my god. Those announcements are killing me. Okay. If we get far enough away, I can actually say something without being interrupted by the announcement. So the protocol camps, yeah, I started saving because I was beginning to sort of die a little bit. So I figured it just made sense to create some more saves because I think this thing is dangerous because it looks dangerous. And I don't have the spore thingy yet where you can offset some of that.
Some bugger trying to keep up with me. Not
Yeah,
sure I like the look of you.
Yeah, if you get close to those exploding things, they will explode all by themselves. But if you blow them up, then it's good. But you don't have the tools to collect the spores, so I'm not so sure it's a good idea to mess with them. Just go around. So in one area of the game, it's in this area.
I don't know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them, the bloody ungrateful swine.
But it's close to where the prison is. So you need the captain to give you permission. If the captain gives you permission, then the soldiers won't bother you even when you walk into their protocol camp. Unless you become hostile towards them, in which case they'll all turn against you. As long as you don't do anything hostile, you are free to explore the camp. There are areas you can't go into because you'd be trespassing, and there are plenty of soldiers, and they're better armed than some of the ones we faced so far.
Do as you're told, right?
Boy, all these little characters are very chatty. See, like places like this, there are plenty of these little shack areas, and they're empty. Now, you will eventually find, or you can buy, a metal detector. And if you find the metal detector, or you buy the metal detector, we did not buy it. We actually found one later. It may be later in this episode. I can't remember now. Anyway, if you have the metal detector, when you're close to a cache that's hidden away, it'll begin to vibrate, or I guess ping, leading you to it, and you could dig it up. There are also collectibles that you can find throughout the game as well. You don't have to have it equipped in order for it to work, but you do need it to be equipped in order to actually find the item. So if it starts vibrating and it's not equipped, you would then equip it, and then it would point you to the item that you need to find. All right, we're at another trader camp. Let's talk to the trader who should be off to my left.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned it avoids confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger happy. If you plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be alright. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandeered RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? Well, that's all hush-hush, as you can imagine. Something odd came out with the government projects here, and anything that doesn't look right, well, Captain has us burn it to cinders. There's this stuff you see, and I should stop talking. Captain has had me eyes if he knew. You'd understand. You got to be careful being so nosy around here. Look, I don't know much, but whatever the boffins are working on over at the atom plant, talk is it infected the soil. Strange growths sprout up now and again. That's when the special detachment gets its orders to go and torch the stuff. But you let us protocol not worry about that, eh? It's our job to protect this place after all, and the captain's proper serious about it. See you around, chum.
Okay, so the area that he just marked on the map are the areas I was referring to where the protocol soldiers are. But until we talk to the captain and he gives us special permission, we don't want to head there yet.
We don't know you.
Eyes open. Something's out there.
Unlike the soldiers, who will only attack you if you're being aggressive towards them, the outlaws, I guess it's similar because you can run away from them or do this and the idiot runs towards you. Just go ahead and kill him. But you can
carve them up.
Most of them you can run away from.
What the? They're running. You're fine. Keep going. Oh, come off it. You're fine, pal.
Mayday. 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 This is Dr. Garrow. My helicopter has come down in Casterfell Woods. Damned interference field fried the electronics. There are no survivors. Myself excluded, obviously. Oh, is anyone receiving this? Anyone in the interchange? Of course not. Oh, you're all dead in there, aren't you? I'm heading to the village. See if I can't find anyone still alive in this place.
All right, there's some more outbuildings that we can search. The other thing you have to do when you walk into the buildings is to look out for traps. great. I can definitely use that. Well, the good news about some of the traps is once you trigger them, you do have a little bit of time to get out of the way. I have no idea why I'm not using the flashlight. Yeah, those are the batteries I was referring to. And there are hints in some of the leads about where you can actually find some of the batteries. And I know you can buy them as well, but not every trader has them.
Hello! A new face! Come close. Don't mind me. Everybody knows Mother J go around here. I mean no harm. Folks that find their way to me are usually in need of something. What's on your mind, dear? Perhaps I can help. Oh, you found it. Lovely. Sorry, the directions were a bit vague. I have to keep my head down, you see. Certain soldier types from the village don't take kindly to more, let's say, traditional practices. Town-bred, you see. I provide remedies and tonics where I can to those that most need 'em. And I can offer some other supplies, too. Have a browse, if you like. There, all done. Oh, I used to live in the village. That was until the soldiers moved in and started playing silly beggars. I left before they could chuck me in that jail of theirs. Made this my home soon after. But I like it here. You're closer to the earth in this place. Never felt any great urge to go back to Wyndham. You have? Well, you don't appear to have taken on too badly. That's promising. Very promising indeed. I can help you a mite. There's a special tonic that will ease the burden of those voices and keep the infection down for a short time. My own recipe. A good few years in the perfecting. Only thing is, I'm all out of the makings of it. And the recipe itself, well, the folks in the woods have it now. You've met 'em, mayhap. The druids in the masks? They live in the castle ruins off to the southeast of here. If you want the recipe for the tonic, that's where you need to go. Into the castle. And if you're heading that way, there's something I would ask of you. In exchange for the help I have given, let's say. The druids have something of mine, my herbalism book. I'd like it back. Nothing worth killing over, you understand? But I would like it back. They probably got it stowed away somewhere in their castle. Still getting the hang of these woods, eh? Well, maybe I can help you with that. Like the rest of the zone, we've got our share of outlaws, and things that bite and sting if you get too close. Then there are the druids, the mask wearers, out in the thickest part of the woods. They've set up a little camp there in the ruins of the old castle. They hear what they call the voice in the soil, and, well, worship it, I suppose you'd say. Their customs aren't what city folk would call civilized, it's true. Not for the faint-hearted. Not at all. Take care, won't you?
think we're going to end up having to kill our first robot. Okay, so I guess that's another way to get these atomic batteries, is to kill the robots, which is no easy feat.
not trust Mother Draco. Mother Draco is compromised.
Okay, so we've already met Mother Jago. Okay. Okay, they don't look like they're coming towards me, so that's good.
Your scent. We cannot feel... Heck!
What I didn't realize was that pulling that lever actually turned off one of the substations. The area outside where we saw the electricity. And in so doing would allow me to go in and retrieve a battery that's in one of those. So that means in a future episode I'll be coming back to this area. This was one of the areas that had the lead. You know, to get to the dam, that there are batteries here. I don't know whether it means one battery or more than one battery. So there are 3 substations. And of course, because I did that and really didn't go back outside to pay attention to what it was doing, I missed the opportunity to retrieve the battery. But I will go back.
Hello, no need to panic. I mean no harm.
Now, look, before we get to brass tacks, it might be a good idea to clear the air a bit, you know. I know I don't look, well, entirely normal. I just wanted to raise it. I know it can bother folk. I mean, unless it don't trouble you at all. Well, that depends, I suppose. Depends on whether you hear a voice, like, in the soil. Well, I suppose that means you're not one of them, else you wouldn't ask. There's a group of druids or summit that camp out near here. I heard they used to live on an island in the mere before it all went to cock. All very civil before then, but now they all wear masks and have gone proper vicious. Not with me, mind. The eyes, you see. I think that's what does the trick. They must reckon I'm one of their lot. But I promise you, I'm not going to kill you and chew on your bones. Although I wish I hadn't said that now. Makes it sound like I might. I can trade with you if you've got out to trade. I'm Billy Gorse, by the way. To be honest, I've no bloody idea. Your guess is as good as mine. I know there's something in the earth that's been, well, infecting folk, I suppose. Most go crackers and join them other maniacs in woods. Others turn to something worse. Couldn't tell you why, but I've kept my marbles. I might be the only one who has. Ah, well now, ain't that the nub of it? Some say it was something them boffins are making in the labs. Others say it was something that was always here. Only now it's awake. I prefer not to think on it. Proper grisly thought, isn't it? Oh, there's not much anyone knows about them. Not really. Just that they want to return this place to nature. Always scavenging man-made things to take back to their castle. Old cars, bits of metal, them glowy batteries, you name it. Probably offering it all up to their voice in the soil. They take people too. Don't know what they do with people. Makes you shiver just to think about it. All fair enough. Don't be a stranger. I might have something new to trade with you next time. And a word of advice. You just watch out for them druids, eh? They camp up at castle, but they're all over these woods like a rash. I've no doubt if they see you, they'll gut you like a trout. Just be wary. Stay safe out there. Brilliant. All's fair and everyone's happy.
Oi, oi. Something there.
Nothing here. Be you a threat? Oh, God! I'm hurt really bad.
Hang on. Not that bad. You'll pay for this in blood. Help me! I'm bleeding!
So the enemies aren't continually generated, but there are plenty of them in certain areas. They will respawn. So you should realize that. And while I think the dead ones stay dead, but there are a bunch of new ones that show up, I guess. I think. Not sure.
Go or die. Heretics will die. I'll go see what's what. Or die, heathen. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, hell. We don't know yet. You will be my use dead. I'm firing. Right, you. Where'd you go? You asked for it. Better check it out. Take this. Let's see how you like this. No. No, they're dead!
Okay, so we are going to wrap this episode up before we continue to sort of push on into the next area. I've got a feeling there are tons of druids around here. So when we come back, we'll have a more rational and sane approach to how we're approaching this particular game. Yeah, because I think once we climb up here, it's an area that is crawling with these druid guys. But we will explore. So until then, I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for joining me. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.